Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day. Well, it's been about 5 years since I've been going live on most days at 1:30. Sometimes I miss my live slot because I have patients or I'm on a flight or I'm traveling. But today I decided that I don't want to go live and I don't want to talk about anything to do with health. I just want to know, get to know y'all better. I see so many positive comments from around the world every day. There are some beautiful people on this platform. Listening to my lives every day, inspiring other people with their journeys. So I just thought I'll leave it today to be an open session where you may want to ask a couple of questions and we can chat about health and lifestyle. It doesn't have to be something serious. And I actually want to do this more often, because everything we've spoken about on health is all there on my YouTube channel. So if you're ever struggling or you miss a live, even if you miss a live, you should know that all the videos are then taken and put up on my YouTube channel. And we've covered almost every possible lifestyle disease over the last 5 years. And there's a lot of information on the YouTube channel. So hi to everyone. I see people from Africa. I see people from Canada. I see people from Switzerland, Russia, Australia, Singapore, Vietnam, like all over the world. And I think it's a very humbling experience to have so many people from around the world tune in to listen to what I speak about every day. And while some of my information helps you, for some people it inspires them, for some people it just doesn't make a difference, but that's how it is. So I'm open for question and answers. If you have any questions, I'm just going to pick up a couple of random questions. And let's start off with Nikita Jane. She says, tell me something about vitamin D deficiency. Well, vitamin D deficiency, if you have a deficiency of vitamin D, it affects your entire genetic health. Our genes control every single action in the human body. And today we know if you have a vitamin D deficiency, it's not just weak bones, it's not just osteoporosis. Vitamin D deficiency is connected with low immunity, obesity, belly fat, poor DNA inability to repair itself, non-regulation of hormones, inability to maintain stem cell regulation. Vitamin D is also a precursor hormone to all of your other hormones. So if you don't have the right amount of vitamin D, you can't really make the right amount or the right quality of other hormones. So vitamin D deficiency is serious. It's really serious. In a way, vitamin D deficiency is like a very slow pandemic that's been hitting us over the last couple of years. And if we don't take care of this, it doesn't matter how clean your diet is, how much you exercise, how much you meditate. If the human body doesn't have what it needs in terms of micronutrients and vitamins, it cannot perform. So it's a huge problem, and we must take care of our vitamin D deficiency by number one, checking it. Number two, if the sunshine in your place is enough to give you vitamin D, great. Some places don't have the right amount of sunshine. Some places the ozone is affected, so even if we get sun, our vitamin D levels don't go up. Then your doctor would give you a prescription of vitamins, which are not harmful, but you need to get your vitamin D levels up. So let's take up another question from Mrs. Sharma. Her whole name is Suranjita Sharma. How do you manage elderly people with celiac diseases? You avoid gluten. It doesn't matter whether they're elderly, whether newborn babies, whether they're children or teenagers or young adults. If you're celiac, you cannot be on gluten. You also have to look at a gut protocol, because the very fact that they're celiac means there could be inflammation in the gut and a leaky gut syndrome. So you may want to check out the video on YouTube where we talk about building the microbiome and building gut health. So besides stopping the wheat, you also have to repair the gut and reduce inflammation. We have another question. Intermittent fasting leads to elevated uric acid. That is untrue. That is absolutely untrue. Intermittent fasting doesn't lead to elevated uric acid. Poor lifestyle or poor kidney function leads to high uric acid. Now, people who have made intermittent fasting into a fad and they forget to drink water and they're dehydrated during the fast, yes, you can decrease your kidney function, and that's why you have a problem with your uric acid. It is never the cause of high uric acid. Okay, we have one from Tashu. Please guide us about histamine intolerance. All gut-friendly foods are high in histamine. All gut-friendly foods are not high in histamine. So basically what you need to do is, number one, why are you stopping foods? And what is the problem with histamine unless you really have a medical condition with it? You need to understand that when we have allergies, you need to, number one, look, do you have low stomach acid? Because that's a problem with allergies. Do you have poor liver health? And do you have poor gut health? Whenever we have a disease or a condition, just Googling the foods that are bad and eliminating it doesn't really help you. It's like putting a band-aid over a bigger problem. You still need to address the root cause of the problem on why you have this issue first. Because all foods are not high like that, and all foods, like when you do a food allergy test, most people know that all the foods that you're allergic to are not really what you are allergic to. Out of that whole list of allergens, it may just be 1 or 2 or 3 foods. So you need to understand that you have to actually address the root cause of the problem. Okay, Shweta asks for a diet for skincare. It doesn't work. Diets for skincare don't work, so there is no diet to give you. It's your lifestyle changes. Okay, taking thyroid medicine in the morning breaks your intermittent fasting. Yes, it does. So you may want to finish your fast and then take your thyroid medication. You cannot have anything on a fast, just plain water. No green tea, no herbal tea, no lemon water, no coffee. That is not fasting. Anything that can start the digestive system working is not fasting. All right, how do you reverse cirrhosis? You look after your liver health. You find out the root cause of your cirrhosis. If it was alcoholic, you stop drinking alcohol. If it's too much of smoking, you stop drinking, you stop smoking as well. Then there are certain foods and lifestyle changes that can bring down your liver enzymes. Now it depends on how cirrhotic your liver is. Is it an end stage of a cirrhotic liver? Then it's mainly maintenance and making sure that your liver doesn't go through any more burden, so the scarring doesn't get any thicker and cause liver failure. There are different stages of a cirrhotic liver. You may want to go onto our YouTube channel and just check out the whole video that we've done on liver health. Dr. Pooja, hi Luke, please tell me, is jaggery is a better alternative than sugar, or is it the same? It's absolutely different. You'll have a lot of social media posts telling you honey, fruit, sugar is all the same. It is not all the same. The constitution is different. You see, people on social media want to induce fear in a lot of people. The healthiest and fittest people I know eat a little bit of refined sugar when they feel like. They have honey, but the right quality of honey, which is raw honey. Yes, jaggery has iron. Jaggery has phosphorus. Jaggery has a little bit of zinc. Jaggery has microminerals. White sugar has nothing, absolutely nothing. It is an empty calorie, which is bad for you. So jaggery is definitely different. But now if you're a diabetic and you think by replacing white sugar with jaggery is the best thing to do, yes, jaggery is a better choice, but it still behaves like sugar, spiking up your blood sugar levels in your system. So yes, it behaves like sugar, but it is a healthier version of sugar. Okay, are protein supplements good or not? All supplements can be good and they can be bad if you use them the wrong way. Of course, protein supplements can be used when you have diseases and conditions, or you're training heavy, you're lifting heavy weights, you're unable to get enough of protein from your foods. A good quality protein supplement will definitely help. But just putting supplements and protein powder into a category of good or bad, we need to elevate our thinking and our mindsets. There are supplements today that can help you with the deadliest of diseases. And there are supplements today that can make your diseases even worse. You got to look at the quality, you need to look at the quantity, and you need to look at, do I really need this? If you need it, do it. Just because it's packaged well and everyone's trying to sell supplements and protein powders, it doesn't mean you have to take it. So you need to make an informed decision about that. Okay, I have a question from, how does the combination of having Amla and Aloe Vera juice help our body? I don't know how it helps your body. Okay, you don't have to have combinations of anything. Amla and aloe vera juice are both different in their nutritional constitution. So if you're using it for immunity, you can combine both of them. It is impossible that you can get a detox juice that cleans out your entire system. A detox juice or all these combinations can help you elevate the functioning of certain organs. The only detoxification that can work is the health of your lungs, your liver, your kidney, your skin, and your colon. These are your detoxification organs. If you have a problem with any of them, no amount of juices can help you to detoxify. Now, of course, there are certain juices like an Aloe Vera or Amla that can boost our vitamin C, which can in turn boost our immune system, which can help cellular function. But there are no magic juices and concoctions that can clean your liver out. So a lot of people think after drinking heavily, they have lemon water and they have jaggery water and coriander water. It does nothing, because your detoxification is dependent on how strong and efficiently your organ and how quickly it is that your organ can actually remove toxins from your body. Okay, let's move on to advice on intermittent fasting. Absolutely not. I'm not going to use this platform for that. There are tons of videos on the YouTube channel in detail, so you can do that. Do you recommend any protein shake or protein powder? No, I don't recommend any brand, but if you look out for a good brand, and if it's one that contains milk, you want to make sure that the protein source is from grass-fed cows. Very, very important, because a lot of proteins in the market that are not grass-fed cows will have hormones, estrogen levels in them. Secondly, you need to see if you're lactose intolerant, maybe you can do a vegan protein, maybe you can do a plant-based protein. You always want to look for good brands, good quality, and you want to look for good certifications. In India, there are a lot of spurious proteins, loads and loads of them. So don't try to buy proteins because you see cheaper prices on them. Remember one thing in life, you get what you pay for. It's as simple as that. You want to pay cheap, you get cheap. It's as simple as that, everywhere. So today companies, when they cut down their price, they're also cutting down their quality. Remember that. There is no sweet deal. The sweet deal is for you to stimulate your mindset that, oh, I'm saving some money, let's buy this. You get what you pay for. So yes, good quality protein will be expensive. Good quality nutrition will be expensive. Good quality supplements will be expensive. Good quality health care will be expensive. Remember that, okay? For organizations to be profitable, okay, they can be profitable when they cut down their prices. For that, they got to cut down on their quality. So sometimes for the things in life that are important to you, like your health and what you put into your system, you need to spend money on that. There is no other way. What's the point of discounts today? You saved a little money here, but your medical bills are going to be way, way higher later, or your suffering is going to be intense. So sometimes you got to change your mindset about all of these things, okay? In spite of doing everything right, including sleep, LDL is high and non-HDL is high. What is the reason? I don't have your medical report, so I cannot comment on that. What causes pressure in the chest? You've done all the tests and everything is wrong. What causes pressure in the chest can be sometimes overtraining. If you've overtrained your muscles and they're not relaxed, your pectoral muscles are not relaxed, they're tight, you can have chest pressure. If you have palpitations, it doesn't mean you have to be sick because you're nervous, you're stressed out, you're sleep deprived, you have too much of anxiety, that can also create pressure in your chest. So if you've done your 2D echo and everything's good, then you want to look at your lifestyle. Let's have a look at some other questions. I have a nerve problem since 4 years causing spondylitis, which depends on changing of the weather. What may be the reason? One is changing of the weather. Number two is check your vitamin B12 levels. Vitamin B12 is required for the health of your nerves and your neurons. And like I said at the start, 1 in 2 people have a deficiency in vitamin B12, which affects their nerves, causes neuropathy, which is tingling sensations or weakness in the nerve endings. It can also cause diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's as well. So you may want to check on that, okay? I'm 49 years old. What do all our videos? We've done tons of videos on IF, so you want to do that. How often can we do 36 hours of fasting, weekly or monthly? How often does it suit you? There is no answer. You shouldn't be asking these kind of questions to people. You got to be listening to your body. There is no magic whether you do it 1 day, 2 days, or 5 days. What really matters is if it suits you. Do not make fasting into a fad. And why 36? Why not 24? Why not 72? Just because you would have read someone said 36 hours is good for autophagy? No, you can get autophagy in 18 hours as well. So the whole point is listen to your body and let your body decide how long you should fast and how frequently you should fast. Luke, what are the 3 key things you should do to take care of belly fat? Number 1, be gentle with yourself. If it took you 3 to 4 to 5 years to put on belly fat, it's not going to go in 2 to 3 months. So stop stressing about your belly fat. Stop chasing it, because the more stress you create, The more cortisol and adrenaline you create, the more estrogen you create, and you have more belly fat. Number 2, no over-exercising, at the same time, no under-exercising. Number 3, your sleep. Number 4, build muscle. The quickest way to lose belly fat is to build muscle. I'm not talking about big muscle, I'm talking about body tone. So you must have either weight training or body weight training in your schedule. Cut down on your cardio. Gone are the days that you think you have to run up 1 hour on the treadmill, 45 minutes on the cycle, 45 minutes on the elliptical. When you're trying to burn belly fat, you need to train more muscle and do less cardio. As simple as that. And your diet. A lot of people binge drink on the weekends. By the time their liver cleans that up, your fat burning is at its lowest. And by the time it finishes at 4 to 5 days, you've reached the next weekend. So you really got to look at your lifestyle, your quantities, your portion control. Are you eating when you're not hungry? If you're eating when you're not hungry, it's common sense that your body's going to store all the excess energy, whether it came from a salad or it came from a full meal, into body fat. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of other questions. Okay. Hi, please enlighten us on a skin regimen. Okay, your skin is a reflection of what is happening inside of your system. Remember that. You can spend all the money in the world on cosmetics. Okay? It's never going to solve your root cause of the problem. What you feed yourself, how much you sleep, how deeply you sleep, how you hydrate yourself, how you create blood circulation through movement is what will determine beautiful, healthy, glowing skin. If you're stressed out, you have poor skin. As simple as that. So it really comes down to your lifestyle once again. Okay. Please guide kids for insulin resistance. Insulin resistance in kids is a big problem, and it reflects poorly on the way we brought up our children. We've exposed them to junk, we've exposed them to sugar, we've exposed them to overeating, we've exposed them to wrong meal timings and all of that stuff, including sleep deprivation. Okay, kids today are sleeping later and they have fewer hours of sleep, which also contributes towards insulin resistance. Kids have become lazier. They're less active because we allow them more iPad time, more Netflix time, more YouTube time. So that's what we need to do. Children don't need more diets. Children need discipline, they need consistency, and they need leadership from parents. It is very, very sad. Some kids are born with this. Type 1 diabetics. You can't do anything about it. But every time I see a child with juvenile diabetes, okay, it is a disservice that parents are doing to their children. Okay, it is the parents who are in control for their children. It is the parents who decide when children eat, how much they eat, and what they eat. It's not society. It's not your social group or your friends who decides or influences you on your children's bad habits. It's very sad when we see children suffering with juvenile diabetes because of the indiscipline of parents. So for this, it is completely discipline, completely consistency, and learning how to cultivate a culture of health in your family. All right, lifestyle education for kids. Please go on to YouTube and watch that. And it's nice, it's really nice to see how many people say please and how many people just demand. It really reflects on our society in such a big way, you know? Anyway, different people, different fingers, that's how it is. How do you bring down high levels of anti-TPO on homeopathic medicine? It's down from 141 to 93. I told you not to post any of your medical data on the internet, so we're moving on from that. Some people are even too lazy to ask a question. They just put a word like protein supplements. What about it? What about protein supplements? Good and bad. Make an effort. Use those little fingers and type a little bit more so you can be specific. Dr. Pooja, hi Luke. Can you please share your views on pigmentation on your face? Pigmentation could be, again, sometimes a side effect of many medications. Sometimes being on an oral contraceptive for too long can also cause that. Dehydration, lack of sleep, lack of vitamin D3 as well, lack of calcium. Remember, if you have low vitamin D3, calcium cannot be absorbed into the body. So you also want to make sure that your calcium levels are right. Okay? Other things that can cause pigmentation is the use of too many cosmetics that have chemicals. You know, most of the cosmetics have chemicals, and while they make you look good for a while, after a while they actually start creating patches on your skin and pigmentation. Sometimes it could be an autoimmune condition, so you actually want to check if you have rashes and pigmentation in other parts of your body, and then actually get your levels checked. What does high homocysteine levels mean? So high homocysteine could be because you have low levels of folic acid, you have low levels of B12, or you have a heart problem. So you should get your homocysteine levels checked, and then you got to get it correlated with your heart health or your levels of B12 and your folic acid. So let's skip to the kind of questions. Okay. Please suggest a multivitamin 860. I don't suggest brands on social media, but you can reach out to our team and they will give you a list of vitamins that are approved by us, and that's what you can take then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have something from Rekha, stuck weight. Okay. You don't get an answer for that because, you know, it's as simple as that. If you had elaborated a little more, that's how it helps. Okay. A lot of you may think I'm, you know, being mean and stuff like that, but I talk to the point. You see, everyone wants change with their bodies, but they don't want to change their attitude. A lot of people's attitude gets reflected on their behavior, in their behavior on social media, the way they talk to people, the way they, you know, handle people in society. And that's why they don't know how to be gentle with other people. They don't know how to be gentle with themselves. They have this, you know, attitude of entitlement, that, you know, everything should happen the way they want. And that's the biggest limiting attitude. Most people today are sick. They don't lose weight because they have a very stubborn, egoistic attitude, which unless they change, they can never, never, never get better. You know, sometimes the fundamentals and values of human life is learning to be kind, learning simple words like please, thank you, learning to express gratitude, learning to talk compassionately with people. But people, because they think they have a little bit more money, they think they have a little bit more designation and stuff, they think they can throw their weight around and throw their attitude around. And that's the most limiting mindset for most people who struggle with weight loss, struggle with hormonal health, because these people, they live in this bubble thinking that everything has to happen my way. And when it doesn't happen that way, what happens? They get stressed out. You know, they get stressed out, and stress causes all their problems, the inability to lose weight, hormonal imbalance, and everything else. Most people have to learn to be humble. Most people have to learn to keep their ego and their pride in check. You know, change their attitude, and then the intelligence in your own body starts to work for you. That's how it is. I'm suffering from severe acidity, heartburns, and bloating. We have a whole video on that on YouTube, so please go and have a look at that. Deepa says, so what do I do for low B12? So low B12 could also be a function of poor gut health. If you have a lot of bloating and acidity, constipation and loose motions, what can also happen is that you lack intrinsic factor, which means you cannot synthesize or absorb vitamin B12. So number one, you want to fix your gut health. Number two, your doctor will give you a B12 supplement, which you must take. It's a vitamin, so it doesn't have any side effects. All right, we'll take the last two questions. We have Pooja saying how to cure endometriosis. Endometriosis is clearly a reflection of high estrogen levels in your system. Usually, it is mainly because of high stress levels, PCOS, poor period cycles. You need to look at your lifestyle. You can look at homeopathy for that as well. Mainly lifestyle changes, which involves a lot of junk food, a lot of sugar, sedentary lifestyles. It is very important that you get your endometriosis sorted out, because today you have excess estrogen, which can actually cause cysts, fibroids, and even breast cancers in the future. So you may want to get that checked. We have a whole video on that. Should intermittent fasting be adopted as a lifestyle? That depends on you. You determine how your lifestyle should be depending on what you do and the results that it gives you. Let's take the last question. Please help us to diagnose Hashimoto's versus hypothyroidism. So you usually get your TSH done, your T3 and your T4. To that panel, you want to add your anti-TPO and your anti-ATG. If your anti-TPO and your anti-ATG levels come up and you have a thyroid problem, you have a Hashimoto's thyroid. If you do not, then it's an underactive thyroid, and that's how you differentiate between both of them. So great, I think we spent quite a bit of time answering questions. I hope that was helpful for you. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.